Alright folks, Pitching Games 88, we are back. Butcher of Marseille. The blood sample you had me analyzed from the laundry cart contains trace amounts of the same fluorine-based bleach found on the lamp from the laundry room. And if that laundry cart took a trip to the laundry room after the murder, then maybe the body made a stop there too. Let's search it again once we finish following up on our other leads. Police claims that she killed Benito and disposed of his body by herself. But that's impossible. She's either lying about not having a partner or she's lying about the entire thing. I think it's time we head back to the hotel and do some more digging. Let's start by revisiting the laundry room. So I got all the classified docs, finished all of that, done everything on this that I can. It's just a matter of finishing it off. So we know that the laundry cart used to move Benito's body was covered in the same type of fluorine-based bleach we found on the murder weapon that was hidden here. Phil took the body through this room on the way out of the hotel, then maybe there's some evidence we overlooked here on our first go-around. So apple, toolbox, recycle, couple bags back here. Smoking, keys right there, wash hands, hanger, trash bag, paper roll, dry cleaning. Well, someone pulled all the wiring out of this voicemail box. They must have not wanted anyone to hear what was recorded on it. Let's bring it back to the post office and fix it so we can take a listen. Sounds reasonable. How do I repair? Okay. Well, good work. Let's see if Aram can pull the recordings off of it. It'll probably take him a while to salvage it, but there must be something important recorded on there for someone to go through all the trouble of just destroying it. I kind of agree. 6 hours. I will see you guys back here then in 6 hours. This has been Pitching Games 88. Or what? Alright folks, Pitching Games 88, we are back. Let's listen to the recording. Someone really did a number on that voicemail box, but I managed to pull a recording that I think you'll find very interesting. Here, I'll play it for you. Message received Friday, November 12th at 10:05 p.m. Hey Abby, it's Elise. Are you there? On my way home tonight, I thought I'd stop at the store to grab a pint of ice cream. What flavor do you want? Just no strawberry this time, okay? This is totally gross. Well, give me a call back if you get this. Otherwise, it's going to be a rocky road all the way, girl. End of message. Did I miss something? What do ice cream flavors have to do with this case? It's not the message that's important, it's the timestamp. Elise left this message at 10:05 p.m., right around the time Benito entered room 217 to meet his killer. Between the security footage and this recording, there's no way Elise Clark could have killed Benito Mora. So we're right that she's covering for someone. Let's go show her this evidence, see if her story changes. Please, I've already confessed and told you everything that I know. Can I make a phone call now to let my sister know where I'm going and what's going on? Sure. Well, we'll let you make that phone call as soon as you tell us what you know about some evidence we found in the hotel laundry room. Show it to our agent. You're in trouble. Was that my voicemail box? I was going to throw that hunk of junk out. It's completely broken. Well, we were able to repair it and listen to the recording. It proves that you weren't at the hotel when Benito Mora was killed. It's time to start telling us the truth. Well, I came home and found Abigail. She was shaking and covered in blood, crouched in the corner of our room. I tried to make her tell me what happened, but she couldn't speak. I found a trail of blood droplets in the hallway and followed it to room 217. I knew then that Abby had done it. She hadn't even closed the door afterwards. She must have wandered off in a daze. That man was a monster. He slaughtered our family and now he was going to take her away from me too? I couldn't let that happen. I washed the blood off of Abigail and gave her a sleeping pill. Then I got a laundry cart and used it to move the body. I cleaned up room 217 and then took Benito's suitcase down to the laundry room where I stored the body until I could take it to the train. Why'd you put the body on the train? You had no way of knowing it would crash today, did you? Well, I had nothing to do with that. I just wanted to get the body as far away from the hotel as I could. Why didn't you just leave it at the train yard? And who called Nathan Whitmore to get him on the train? Someone is forcing you to cover for them. We can protect both you and your sister. Well, no, I'm not trying to protect anyone. If you won't tell us who helped you hide the body, then perhaps Abigail will. We've analyzed everything we've found so far, and all the evidence points to you as Benito Mora's killer. I never meant to hurt him. I had no idea it would turn out like this. I believe you, so tell us what happened. When we first checked into the hotel, I could tell Elise was really upset, but she wouldn't say why. She told me she wasn't feeling well and went to bed. Usually she never takes sick days. I knew that man must have done something really awful to her to act that way, so I decided to confront him and demand that he leave the hotel so he'd stop bothering her. I found him at the bar and pretended to make eyes at him. I gave one of the bartenders the key to room 217 and a note saying to meet me there at 10 p.m., which I had him pass along. Once he was in the room, I told him that he was bothering my sister and that I wanted him to leave the hotel immediately. Otherwise, I'd call the police and say he attacked me. Well, that's when he started laughing. He said he'd have thought my sister was too young to remember him. It was so many years ago when they met in San Mauricio, and he was surprised to see that she was still alive. I finally realized who he was, and I snapped. I don't even remember picking up the lamp. I finally came to, and he was lying on the floor, and the blood, it was everywhere. The next thing I remember was waking up in my own bed like the whole thing was just some bad dream. But then I saw the way that Elise looked at me, and I knew nothing would ever be the same. You didn't help your sister to move the body? No, I have no idea how she did it. I asked her what happened to the body, and she just shook her head and wouldn't say a word. Thanks for telling us what you knew, Abigail. We need to talk with your sister and let her know you confessed. Maybe now she'll tell us who helped hide the body. Man, so much back and forth, you guys. Just tell me. Tell me! Tell me! Abigail has confessed to Benito Mora's murder. It wasn't premeditated, but we've also confirmed that she didn't help you dispose of the body. Well, yeah, I already told you that I did it all by myself. That's simply not possible. If you're pretending to if you're not protecting your sister, then you must be protecting someone else. It's time to tell us the whole truth. Did you really put Benito Mora's body on the train all by yourself? She says yes. Okay, so this is... She's going to say yes. It's going to be false. That's how it is. Okay. I've been doing it wrong this whole time. Someone helped you plant Benito Mora's body on the train this morning, but who was it? A man. I don't even know his name. He was just some hotel guest. That doesn't make sense. Why would some hotel guest help you dispose of a body instead of calling the police? Well, it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. He saw me wheeling the body out of room 217. I begged him not to say anything, but he didn't care. He told me he'd dispose of the body in exchange for a favor. All he wanted was for me to give his friend a job as a waiter for the party we'd be having at the hotel the next day. We didn't have a party booked then, but he insisted that there would be one. I finally said yes, so he'd keep his mouth shut. He told me how to clean the room, and then he took the body away. What did he look like? He was some middle-aged white guy. Let's see, he had a brown beard. Oh, and he was wearing a jacket with the Decatur Industrial Park logo on it. Interesting. Well, the man at least just described who helped hide the body has to be Chet Abrams. Could Chet have some link to the freelancer? We need to find him to get to the bottom of this case. How close are we? Oh, we're at the final choice. Well, is this about those computers I stole? Look, I don't have them anymore and the money's all been spent. Cut the act. Elise Clark told us that you helped her dispose of Benito Mora's body, and Abigail Clark confirms that you picked up the body from the industrial park hours before the crash. This confession, coupled with your presence on the train this morning and the fact that you've lied to us repeatedly, leaves very little doubt in my mind that you did plant the body on the train. So, how about you start telling me why you did it? Well, you have no idea what you're talking about. Sure, I rode the train this morning, but it wasn't to dump some body. I already told you. I was going to steal some computers from the industrial park. That kid who said I picked up the suitcase at the industrial park is lying. I slept in at home before catching the train. In fact, you really ought to look into the kid more. She's probably trying to frame me because she's the one who did it. I even saw her skulking around the train yard this morning. Okay. told you I was going to steal some computers, but he said he already stole the computers. What? I think Chet's lying about boarding the train this morning to steal some computers, but we can't prove it. Ah, okay. In trying to frame Abigail Clark for putting the body on the train, you told us you were at home all morning and that you saw her at the industrial park. I doubt you were in two places at once. Okay, good catch. You're not the simple-minded train dispatcher you pretend to be, are you? Who are you? No, I don't think I'll be sharing that information. My true identity being leaked to the FBI could inconvenience my former clients. Well, if you won't tell me who you are, then perhaps you'd be willing to tell me why you helped the Clark sisters dispose of Benito Mora's body. I was at the hotel last night on a reconnaissance mission for a friend. I didn't expect to come across a dead body, but I was able to use it to my advantage. Helping the Clark sisters with their little problem meant they owed me a favor, and I needed a way to get my friend access to the Floriana Campo event being held at the hotel. Wait, your friend needed to get into the Floriana Campo event? Is your friend the freelancer? Oh man, we need to warn Agent Keene and Reddington that the freelancer will be at the event as a waiter. Oh, you'll be plenty too late by the time that information gets to them. Joe will have already acquainted Miss Campo with one of the kitchen knives by then. Now really, why do you think I'm telling you all this? You don't go spilling the secrets of assassins if you think they'll be upset about it afterwards. Come on, we've got to find Cooper. Yikes. I have some good news and some bad news for you agents. The good news is that Agent Keene and Reddington are safe, and the freelancer has been apprehended. The bad news is that Reddington is the one who hired the freelancer to attack Floriana Campo in order to reveal that she's actually the leader of the Eberhardt cartel. Wait, you're saying that Reddington knew about the identity of the freelancer, was using him as a ruse to hunt another blacklister? Exactly. It appears that he didn't know about the freelancer's associate. You did good work in catching him and tracking down Benito Mora's killer. Well, I appreciate the pat on the back, but I don't take much pride in locking up a confused young woman who did away with a mass murderer. I'll be pulling some strings with the DA to try and reduce their sentence. At least we'll likely do a few years of community service and Abigail some jail time, but she'll still get out a young woman. Yes, but the person who inflicted that trauma on them still hasn't been brought to justice. What will we do with the blackmail file on Nathan Whitmore? If you give me the file, I'll be forced to keep it under wraps so not as to expose CIA operational details. But if it were somehow mysteriously leaked to the press, then I don't know anything about it. It's definitely being leaked to the press. This should be like 90%. This should be a huge percentage of people. 80%, yep. That cad Whitmore should have had his slimy past splashed across the pages of every newspaper in the country. Dude, everybody is happy with me. With what I did. All of our contacts confirm every detail of this blackmail file before we leak it to the press. Whitmore is finished. Nice. I feel so confident. I feel so happy. I just had a call from Reddington. He wants to meet us in the alley outside the post office to discuss the results of our case. I'm going to tell him exactly what I think about how he's been misusing our resources. We'll see how that goes. What do you want, Reddington? Haven't you already wasted enough of our time already with this wild goose chase? You consider a waste of your time to catch a murderer and someone who makes a living hiding bodies? Don't be cute with me, Red. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, you're upset that I didn't share the true intentions of my plan with you, but you played exactly the part in it that I intended you to. So I don't see what the trouble is. The trouble is that we're meant to work as a team. No, my dear, we're not a team. You and I have a mutually beneficial working arrangement, but if you expect it to be based on trust and forthrightness, then you've got the wrong man. You're right, it was naive of me to think I could ever trust you. I won't make that same mistake twice. Good night. There she goes getting all hot under the collar. That Torres is something, but if she really wants to play with the big girls and boys, she's gonna have to learn not to flap the handle, otherwise she won't last long. Well, good evening, Agent. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon. Nice. Unlock the next case. Master, baby. I'm mastering everything. No, remind me later. So we have, look at that, we're catching up on the cases. We got the invisible hand. I'm gonna see if I can get people to unlock it. I will see you guys later. This has been Pitching Ace 88. Over and out.